What's up guys, Cloud7470 here, bringing you a video. Toronto is today, because it is currently like 3 in the morning, Saturday, and I can't sleep. So, video. Look at these bags under my eyes. That's how tired I am, but can't sleep. And I have to work in like 2 hours or something, I don't know. But, Toronto is today. And we talked about all the decks and side deck tips and stuff that are possible. But I want to bring you a deck profile here of a deck that I haven't counted out for this format yet. And a lot of people have. A lot of people said it's dead. I even thought it was dead, but I was going through some comments and talking with some players, and you know, there's some cards that make this deck still very viable. And granted, it won't be the best. Probably no better than a regional level, and that's in the hands of a really good player. But at a local level, sure. I mean, just because the 2 cards that you can play make this, and with the loss of lots of cards on the ban list, make this deck viable. I mean, why not? Everything else is viable. You know, why not this? So, cut real quick. Profile mode. Okay guys, so gonna get to the deck profile now. Granted, this deck has lost a lot, and it's lost a lot of consistency, and that is the big problem. But I still think it'll be a fun deck. You know, I'm kind of one of those people that are like, it's hard for something to like fully die on me, except for heroes. Those are dead. But someone will still try and play them, just like I'll still try and play this for fun and see how well I do. But here we go. It is a rabbit deck, but which one? The lone bunny. That's sad. Alright, let's get into the deck. 1 rabbit, because putting it at 1 makes it really bad, but you know, it's still an option. If it's still at 1, play it. Why not? 2 tour guide, because tour guide is good. Rank 3s are always going to be good. On to the main core of this deck. Dinosaurs. Yes, Dino Rabbit is still a thing. Not really. It's a dinosaur deck with rabbits in it. With a rabbit in it and other cards. But 3 Goober is your best dinosaur now. He's always been like the best one anyway, but 3 Goober, very, very good, very viable. And his best friend, Hydrogeddon, yes. Hydrogeddon is 100 less attack than Goober, and he has to send something to the graveyard to get his effect to special summon another one, basically. So, it always conflicted with Macrocosmos, but since you can't run Macrocosmos now, and you lost your second set of vanillas with losing 1 rabbit, play 3 Guiba, or 3 Hydrogeddon. And with Lance, it's still viable. I mean, 1600 is still pretty big. It gets over a lot of things, and with Lance especially, so. 3 Sabersaurus, only 3 vanillas, because, you know, 1 rabbit. And, you know, it's still, if you draw it, it's not the worst fucking thing in the world. I mean, you can summon it, and you're always going to draw vanilla. It's just that kind of luck with vanillas in the deck. But you always draw it, and with bottomless at 1 now, fucking bait out the 1 bottomless if someone's dumb enough. Or you can run over stuff with Lance and just protect it until you get another dinosaur. Next, 2 Spirit Reaper. Spirit Reaper is very, very good in this deck. I remember we used to play 2 all the time, and you know, it just stalls, lets you get your hand set up, get to your cards you need, and you can, you know, if you draw it late game and you feel comfortable in the game state, you can start poking cards out of your opponent's hand. So, and it's a level 3, so you can make some rank 3s. Next, 1 Tech Grand Mole. Grand Mole, just get rid of problem cards. Get rid of a fucking like any XYZ, any synchro. You know, and you know, it is level 3 to XYZ with if needed to go for a game. Next, 2 Maxi for anything. Same with two Vader. Hand traps are great, you know, always good. And then the one Gores. Gores, now, back in slower formats, people used to be very iffy on this card. The reason they were very iffy was Macrocosmos. A lot of people would side this card and put it in when they took Macro out. So you just don't play Macro now. I mean, yeah, you still have trap cards, but I mean, Gores is still an amazing card, so why not? That's it for monsters. Spells, Dark Hole and Book of Moon, because those are the only good one-ofs now, basically. Especially for this deck. You know, losing Heavy and Reborn really, really sucks. But losing Heavy also makes this deck really, really good. 3 Space Typhoon for back row. 3 Space Typhoon is a preference. Like I said in previous videos, people are either playing a lot of back row hate for the fact that there's no Heavy, and they think everyone's going to be playing a lot of back row, or no one's playing back row. So just be on the safe side, and you have room. I mean, you can always play your preference, but I like 3 Space Typhoon in almost anything I play. Next, best card in the deck probably is Forbidden Lands. Forbidden Lands lets you protect your dinosaurs from that one Bottomless, that one Tyranno. And it can let you run over stuff with Goober and Get On to make your plays. And then 2 Duality for just to dig for your fucking rabbit. If it's still alive, dig for your Goober or your Get On for next turn. Trap cards to protect yourself. Duality, very good. Very slow deck now, no speed whatsoever, so you gotta play as slow as you can and just control the board. Traps, 1 Warning, because it's only at 1 and there's no judgment, so it's sad. 1 Tyranno, because only 1. But Tyranno was always an iffy card in Dino Rabbits anyway, because you would go make Logia set 5 pass, and this would not be one you wanted. But there's not always going to be those hands where you can get Logia set 5 pass. So Tyranno is just good to stop your opponent. But at 1 you got to play it very cautiously. Same with Bottomless. 1 Bottomless, you know. 1 Compulse, because Compulse is still good. 2 Prison, because you need trap cards in this deck. You got to control the board, and Prison's just good in general anyway. 2 Mirror Force. Mirror Force is amazing. Probably one of the best trap cards this format. Just stop bad players from who overextend, and you know, save you, and then allow you to regain control. And the last 2 are 2 Fiendish Chain. Fiendish Chain. Now, this one is a little iffy with Gores, I'll give you that. But, like I said, Gores is still an amazing card, and you have to play it. So, Fiendish Chain, very good card this format. Now, a lot of you probably are wondering, why even bother trying to keep this deck alive? And yeah, granted, it's lost a lot of consistency, and there are other options to play, such as Cardcardi, Snowman Eater, more hand traps. You know, there are a lot of other options to put in here, but it's basically anti-meta. I mean, you play Thunder King and anything. It's an anti-meta deck, just as it's always been, even though it was the #1 deck for the longest time, which made it meta. But it's an anti-meta deck. It's a very slow deck, and it just controls the board and has answers for everything. And you can put basically anything in here to make it work. And with the loss of Heavy Storm, these 2 cards are amazing. Like, just think about it. Like, how many times have you lost to a Logia set 4 pass? Like, a lot. And with Heavy gone, it's just even better now. And since there's no Solemn Judgment, this is Solemn Judgment with 2,400 attack points. It's not that hard to make. You have 3 Hydrogeddon, you have 3 Drakwaibas, and you have Rabbit for Sabersaurus. It's not that hard to make. It's the same amount of dinosaurs it was when you had 2 rabbits and You know, you just take out the 3 Caboozles for your 3 Get-Ons. It's the same amount of dinosaurs. And basically, just like every other deck, it lost its sack factor in Rabbit. Yes, Rabbit's at 1. Who cares? Like, you just gotta play it a lot slower now and control the board until you can make one of these guys. Once you make one of these, you're probably gonna win if you have a good back row and you haven't lost significant advantage. If you can maintain control and then drop one of these guys and still have control, like I said, you will probably win, because Logia and Dolka are very problem cards, and they're still at 3. So don't count this deck out yet. I think it'll be not the best choice because of consistency issues, but if you can make it more consistent, because I'm not the best deck builder, and it's 3 in the morning after now, it's way later. If you can make a consistent build of Dino Rabbit, I suggest you try it out, because with Heavy Storm gone, these 2 cards are phenomenal, and with Solemn Judgment gone, these cards are just amazing. So I'm gonna really look into this deck. I'm gonna test it out and see how well it does, because these cards are too good and they're still at 3. So I'm gonna, you know, try this deck out, this format, see how well it goes, and then decide if I'm gonna play it or not, because I probably won't, because I have Black Wings, which are better. But that is all I have to say for today, guys. Thumbs the video up for keeping Dino Rabbit alive, even though we all hated it for the longest time. Thumbs it down if you don't like this video, though. But if you don't, you gotta tell me why in the comments, you know, down there below. And please leave comments below on your thoughts on Dino Rabbit, how you think it's gonna play out, if you think you can, if you think it is viable, if you think it's gonna work, or if you think it's completely dead. Because I could be talking down my ass from sleep drunkenness. But you know, I'm really gonna, you know, I don't hope, because I've lost to so many Logias, but you know, I don't like to see decks completely die unless they absolutely deserve to. This deck probably does deserve to die, but being the fact that it is such a perfect format for these 2 cards right here, you know, it's still pretty viable. And there's other, like I said, there's other cards you could throw in here. There's a bunch of those, there's a bunch of other Dirac monsters you can use, and those evil swords, evil tile things. Tech those in for dinosaurs. You know, basically you make a deck revolving around these, and you will win. So that's all I have to say. Please, like I said, thumbs it up or down. Your thoughts on the video. Comment below on how you feel about Dino Rabbits, or dinosaurs with a rabbit, because that's what it is. And subscribe to my channel if you like Yu-Gi-Oh stuffs and would like to see more videos. Next time on my channel, I bring you analysis of YCS Toronto, because that's today. So that'll be interesting. I can't wait to see how it plays out. I'm very excited for Toronto. And once again, thank you guys for watching.